English podcast.
From English Listening Pod.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast from English Listening Pod. Today, I'm bursting with excitement because we're about to unlock a secret to speaking English more smoothly. I'm Lucy, and with me, as always, is my good friend, Ryan.
Hello, dear listeners. In this episode, we're diving deep into the shadowing technique, your new, fun way to practice English by echoing native speakers in real time.
Whether it's a line from your favorite song, a movie quote, or our own podcast voice, shadowing will train your ear, sharpen your pronunciation, and boost your confidence.
First, let's remind you, shadowing is when you listen and speak at the same time. You hear a recording and you try to speak along with it, matching every word, every beat, every little rise and fall in the speaker's voice.
Exactly. It's like you are a shadow, always right behind the person you're copying. When you walk, your shadow moves with you. When you talk, your voice shadow moves with the audio.
Now we are going to give you more details on how to choose your audio, how to structure your practice, how to track your progress, and how to solve common problems as you keep going day after day.
First, let's talk about choosing your audio. Your material is very important because if you pick something too easy, you will get bored. If you pick something too hard, you'll feel frustrated. So, aim for the sweet spot, just a little above your current level.
For A1 learners, that might be short children's songs, very simple podcast lines, or quick dialogues from beginner-level videos. Look for audio that has only a few new words in it. For example, I go to the park every Sunday, or my favorite food is pizza.
A good way to find graded audio is to search online for Podcast A1 English or Beginner English Shadowing. There are channels that slow down their speakers and use simple sentences.
You can also make your own mini dialogue. Ask a friend to read 2 or 3 short sentences for you, record them, then use that recording. That way, the content is personal and interesting.
Once you have your audio, listen first without speaking. This is called priming your ear. You press play and just focus on the sounds. Do these 2 or 3 times. You're training your brain to notice small details, how the speaker links words together, where they pause, which words they stress.
After priming, it's time for your first shadowing pass. Press play and speak along with the speaker word for word. Don't worry if you fall behind or go ahead. Just keep trying. If you miss a word, keep going. The idea is to stay connected.
After one full pass, take a quick break. Then go back to the same clip and do it again. Repeat this cycle, shadowing, break, shadowing, for at least 5 passes. That gives your mouth and your brain time to adapt and remember.
Now, if you want even more structure, you can break your clip into smaller chunks. For example, divide a 30-second clip into 3 10-second segments. Practice each segment separately until you feel confident, then link them together. That's called chunking. Chunking helps you focus on a few words at a time. Once each chunk feels easy, you put the chunks together so your practice flows smoothly.
It's also helpful to use a transcript or subtitles, especially for beginners. Here's how. First, read the text and look up any words you don't know. Next, hide the text and shadow just by ear. Finally, unhide the text and shadow again, saying the words as you read them aloud.
This text-first approach means you're not surprised by new words. By the time you shadow, you already know the vocabulary, so you can focus on pronunciation and rhythm.
Speaking of pronunciation, shadowing is one of the best ways to improve it, because you're forced to shape your mouth exactly as the speaker does. When you try to match the audio, you open your mouth wider for long vowels, close it faster for short vowels, and move your tongue for special sounds like th, or r.
For sounds that are hard for you, like the English th sound, isolate that part. Find a clip with several th sounds, like think, that, thank you, and shadow just that clip until your tongue gets used to the position.
Great point. Another detail is intonation, that is, the rise and fall of your voice in each sentence. English uses intonation to show things like questions, surprise, or emotion. When you shadow, pay attention to whether the speaker's voice goes up at the end of a question or down at the end of a statement.
One trick: watch your recording software's waveform. A rising intonation line will slope up. A falling intonation line goes down. You can visually check if you match the original.
If you don't want to record audio, you can use a phone app that shows a real-time waveform or even a pitch graph. Some language apps have this built in, but the easiest is a simple voice memo app. You record yourself, then listen back.
Let's talk about pacing. Our brains like patterns. When you hear a clip over and over, you start to predict the next word. That's great because your listening comprehension improves. Your ear tunes in to connect the sounds with the meaning.
At first, you may feel that shadowing is too fast. That's normal. Many audio players let you slow down to 80% or 90% speed without changing the pitch. Use that feature. When you're more comfortable, speed back up to 100%.
If you slow down, you might notice extra pauses between words. Try to imitate those pauses exactly. That trains you to breathe in the same places a native speaker might.
Breathing is another key. We breathe differently when we speak versus when we rest. A native speaker takes quick, small breaths between phrases. You'll learn those breathing points by shadowing.
Yes, shadowing trains your respiratory system, your lungs and diaphragm, to manage the flow of English phrases. Over time, you'll start breathing in the right spots naturally.
We've talked about pronunciation, intonation, rhythm, pacing, and breathing. Now let's cover tracking your progress. It's motivating to see how far you've come.
Keep a simple shadowing journal or chart. Write the date, the clip title, the length of the clip, and a self-score from 1 to 5 for clarity.
You'll see patterns. You get better at certain sounds quicker, and maybe some words still give you trouble. That's great information. Then you can choose new clips that focus on your weak spots.
Another tracking tip: record a benchmark clip once a month. Choose the same short sentence, record it, and compare month to month. You'll literally hear your improvement. Your pronunciation will get clearer, your rhythm more natural, your confidence stronger.
And don't forget to reward yourself. After 1 week of daily shadowing, treat yourself to something you enjoy, your favorite snack or a relaxing walk. Rewards keep motivation high.
Let's talk about variety. At first, you use simple sentences. After you build confidence, move to slightly longer dialogues. Maybe a 2-person conversation from a kid's TV show. Then, when you feel really brave, shadow a short news clip or a movie trailer. Just pick very clear, well-pronounced audio.
For movie trailers, they often use dramatic voices and rich intonation. That's a fun challenge. You learn how to express feelings in English, anger, excitement, surprise, by shadowing actors.
Another variety idea: shadow different accents. You might start with a standard American accent, then try British or Australian. This widens your ear and helps you understand varied English speakers.
When you shadow a new accent, don't worry about accent perfection. The goal is comprehension and flexibility.
Okay, let's address common roadblocks. First, feeling self-conscious. At home, practice out loud in private. But eventually, record and listen. You might feel awkward hearing your voice. Everyone does. The key is to focus on improving, not criticizing.
Second, Feeling stuck in a plateau? No improvement after weeks? Try changing your routine. New clips, different speeds, adding mimic gestures. Use body language as you shadow. That physical element can break the plateau.
Third, running out of time. If you have only 5 minutes, do a mini shadow. Even hearing and repeating one short sentence in 5 minutes is better than nothing.
Fourth, working alone can be lonely. Find a shadowing partner, maybe a classmate or online friend. Take turns. One records a clip and sends it to the other, then you swap feedback.
Speaking of feedback, if you have a teacher or tutor, share your recordings. Ask them for specific tips. Am I pronouncing R correctly? Or is my intonation on questions natural?
Now let's give you some sample clips and ideas to try this week. Write these down. A greeting from a children's show. Good morning, Sammy. A weather report line. Today the sun will shine bright. A cooking show phrase. Add 2 cups of flour and stir. A travel phrase. Where is the nearest train station? A news headline. Local park reopens after repair.
These cover different topics: greeting, weather, cooking, travel, news, and they use clear pronunciation. Practice each one for 2 days, then move on.
Another fun idea. Shadow song lyrics. Pick a simple pop song with a clear chorus. Learn the lyrics first, then shadow the chorus 3 times. Music helps memory.
And finally, let's talk about long-term planning. Set a 3-month shadowing goal. For example, by July 22nd, I will shadow for at least 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and record my benchmark sentence each week.
After 3 months, pick a clip from a real news video, maybe 30 seconds, and see if you can shadow almost perfectly. That will be a big achievement.
That brings us to the end of this interesting and detailed episode. We hope you learned a lot and are inspired to keep shadowing daily.
If you like this episode, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That way, you'll be the first to see our next videos.
And don't forget to share your shadowing journey with us in the comments section.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Keep practicing, stay curious, and enjoy your English journey.
See you next time, and happy shadowing.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.